Well, good morning. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. I'm excited today. We're going to use the Instapot and we're going to show how to cook broccoli. And so we're out here in the garden and I thought we would cut this head of broccoli and we're going to meet you in the kitchen to cook it. So we're back in the kitchen now, and I'm going to cut up the broccoli that we got from our organic vegetable garden. You know, they always come with a nice big stalk on them because, you know, that I usually say they're about as thick as my wrist. And so, you know, that's what you should expect if you have good, healthy soil. Soil that has good nutrients in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up and we're going to put this in the Instapot to cook it. I've had this Instapot for about 3-4 weeks now. It's been a lot of fun experimenting with it. Does seem to have a lot of bells and whistles on it in the front, but really it's not all that complicated. You know, like the meat and the bean settings and the chili, they're all just different preset times on them. And we're going to cook this broccoli in the Instapot. Let me take the lid off of it. And we're going to put 1 cup of water in there. And we're going to set it for zero. And so, so let's just cut this up. And I'm always amazed how thick these stalks are. And Howie and I are going to have this for, my cameraman, we're going to have this for lunch. So I'm just going to put these big stalks right in there, like that. Start piling them up. Let's do this one over here. So it takes maybe about 10 minutes to come to pressure. And then once it comes to pressure, it's going to turn off and then go to low heat. And then that's when we'll release the pressure that's been building up in the pressure cooker. I have cooked these in the past and I've cooked them for like 2 minutes and they've turned to mush. And so hopefully this video will help keep you from doing that. And so I think we can still stick this other head of broccoli in here. We just love this fresh broccoli from the garden. It's amazing how good they taste. So I have a cup of water in there, and I'm going to put this lid on it. Turn the lid, and then you also want to make sure that the venting is closed. I have used this to, you know, you take it over here to close the vent. And so the other direction, it allows the steam to release. So I have used this a couple times and I forgot to close the vent. So if you do that, you'll just hear it starting to release steam. You just want to go over and close it. So what I'm going to simply do is I'm going to put this on manual. Here's a manual setting. And then I'm going to scroll down to 0. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then it's going to turn on and then probably take about 10 minutes to come to pressure. And then we'll turn it off. So it's on right now. And then once it goes to zero time, then we'll release the steam. And so we'll see you back in the kitchen once I release the steam. So anyhow, as you can hear, the Instapot just reached pressure, and so it's on 0. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this top lever over to venting. So you're going to see like a little volcano of steam coming out here. So that's called quick release. So it's releasing all the steam that built up in the pressure cooker. It fills up somewhere around 12, 13 pounds. I'd have to know the exact look to see the exact pressure, but that's about what it normally is. But you can see right now it's going to low. It's on the low setting, which means low for it would keep the food warm up to, I think, up to like 10 hours. So it might take a minute or two for this steam to stop releasing steam and to depressurize itself. So like right now, even in this position, you can't unlock this. This has like up to 10 safety devices, which is nice. I've cooked my beans in this so far. It's been a lot of fun. You also can save a lot of electricity because it only takes 30 minutes to cook your beans, and compared to 6 hours in the crock pot. And so my next experiment is to cook my beans, but don't soak them overnight. I hear there's certain advantages to not soaking them. And so hoping to do a video soon on the Instapot on how to cook beans. I've also cooked potatoes. They take about 12 minutes at pressure, and then you use the natural release on that, where you don't do the quick release. You just let it depressurize over about 10-15 minutes. So I can hear that plunger go down. So that means that I can open this up. We're going to simply turn this. Now you can also set, on this model, you can set this on the handle there, which is convenient. But for video purposes, I'm just going to put it over here on the counter. But you can take a look inside the pot there and see the broccoli. It looks like it's still going to be nice and firm. Yeah, see, the texture of that seems to be perfect. And so I'm going to cook some potatoes, and Howie and I are going to have these for lunch. Howie loves broccoli, and so we're looking forward to having this. But when I first got this Instapot, it seemed to be a little frustrating and a lot of anxiety, you know, but really it's not that complicated to use, and it's actually quite simple once you learn a few basics. So anyhow, I just want to thank you for joining me, and would encourage you to maybe try some broccoli or some other meal in your Instapot. So until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.